We begin this with the French and Indian War, beginning in 1754. This was a land dispute between the colonies of New France and the 13 colonies of Britain.
This is my land now.
No, si franchement.
The war ended up lasting until 1763, with a British victory. Even with a victory, the war still had a heavy impact on Britain, especially for citizens of the 13 colonies. The colonists ended up with taxes on many goods that were heavily used, which made the colonists furious. Many citizens were unhappy with this and were not afraid to show it.
Join or die.
This even led to a massacre in Boston on March 5, 1770, where 5 people were killed.
No one likes you.
Also, in 1773, patriots dressed up as Native Americans to dump tea into the Boston harbor off of ships.
You know we could all just steal the tea and keep it for ourselves secretly.
Just dump it in the harbor. We already came out here, dressed, and are risking arrest. That rhymes.
In 1774, the Continental Congress met as the unrest grew higher. Following Paul Revere's ride on April 18, 1775, the first shots which began the revolution were fired the next day at the Battle of Lexington. It was a crushing defeat for the rebels, with the British victorious. Shortly after, the British were defeated at the Battle of Concord. Later, on June 17, the Battle of Bunker Hill took place. Even though the British suffered many losses, they still defeated the American soldiers. On July 4, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed, declaring the United States of America a nation. Also, on Christmas, 1776, George Washington surprised the Hessian army, who were working for the British, with a surprise attack after he crossed the Delaware River in New Jersey. In 1777 was the Battle of Saratoga, in New York, where the Americans won. Also, our flag was made. The revolution started to turn to the bright side as it looked like the Americans might win. While the fighting was going on in Pennsylvania, the Americans spent the winter at Valley Forge, where many died of the cold, starvation, and disease. Following their many northern victories, the next military campaign of the revolution would be in the southern colonies. It was a tough campaign. While the Americans still had trouble holding the north, there were many American defeats in the south. Finally, in 1781, the British general, Charles Cornwallis, retreated to the place of Yorktown, Virginia. At the Battle of Yorktown, General Cornwallis finally surrendered, ending the American Revolution. Now, the fighting did not officially stop until 1783, where the Treaty of Paris was signed. After this, the U.S. Constitution was made, and George Washington became the first President of the United States of America. Leave a like and subscribe for more. Ask what you want to see next in the comments.